Hi everyone, it's Hiedi Scott with DIY Happy President's Day 2020. On this live tutorial, I'm going to show you a really easy way to make nests. Now, this is not the only video that I'll be doing on making nests for spring, but this is a really cool one, so I hope you'll like it. The nests that we'll be making tonight are going to look like this, okay? What do you think? Isn't it pretty? As you're hopping on, tell me hi. Let me know where you're watching from. Oh, Tammy, you're so sweet. Yay. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know if you have any questions at all. What else? Oh, feel free to sprinkle if you like this video. And you know what? I have not mentioned this in a while, but if there are some DIY projects that you would really like to see, please tell me. Because I have been a crafter for a very long time, and most likely if I haven't already done it, I can figure it out. So anyways, okay, so let's jump right in. So this is the nest that we're going to make. This is what the back of that nest looks like. All right, so I'm going to start from step one, which is the base. Okay, so you need to just go out into your yard, or if you don't have trees in your yard, go to a park or wherever you know there's going to be stuff on the ground and pick up a bunch of twigs. It's really better if they're all kind of different, some thick, some thin, and that is what you need to start. And then the first thing we're going to do is we're going to glue them in the shape of a triangle, okay? And then I'll show you the next step. So let me scoot back. Can you see what I'm doing? Oh my gosh, I have a mess of stuff here. Okay, so I have my glue gun plugged in and ready to go, and I'm just gonna pick a variety of twigs, and you can shorten them because they may be way too long. This one's still pretty wet. For this first layer, I like them to be kind of thick, okay? So I'm gonna make them look something like this. It's sort of a triangle shape, all right? And there's no right or wrong. Your project is just going to kind of evolve. And I'm just using hot glue, all right? After I brought these sticks in today, I made this nest, and then I came back a couple hours later and I found some little ants on the kitchen table. So anyways, shake them off good before you bring them in the house. All right. Here's my start. Isn't that lovely? Do you think, oh, and one other thing I want to warn you about, you're going to have glue strings everywhere. This is a very messy craft. Okay, so we did the first step. Does this kind of look like this? Okay, now the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do a triangle the other direction. And we're sort of making a star, okay? So we did the one with the point at the top, and now we're doing one with the point at the bottom. Do you guys see what I'm saying? And we're doing it right over the top of this. Okay, so let me pick some interesting sticks. And they don't have to be like all the same size or length or anything. In fact, you really don't want them. So I'm going to do this one as my top. And as you're going along, you can add more glue if you find that you need it. Okay, I'm just realizing you can't see what I'm doing, darn. I'll show you in just a sec. I don't know, I cannot figure out what angle to do my my phone, so. Okay, so I need a little more glue right here. And all this glue is going to be covered up, so no need to worry about it. Okay, do you guys see what I have right now? Whoops. There's tons of glue strings, and I'm going to have to vacuum my office. The first one I made out in the kitchen on my big farmhouse table, and it was a disaster. So I'm going to have a disaster here too. Okay, after you get this shape done, then you're just going to pick some random twigs. Save some really thin ones to poke into the nest after we get that going. And you're just randomly placing some twigs on here. And this sort of gives it a little bit more stability. I'll show you what I'm talking about in just a second. So are you guys having a nice President's Day? If you decide to do this project and you make a nest, I would really love to see what you come up with. So feel free to post your nest here on this page in this comment thread and let me know what you made. Okay, so I have added some more sticks and a whole bunch more glue strings. Oh my gosh, these are so messy. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add our first layer. And when you're making the actual nest, you wanna use different materials, because if you think about it, birds don't just go and take only one kind of leaves or grass or whatever. They use a variety. So if you were a crafter like me, most likely you have multiple different choices of moss, natural excelsior moss, Spanish moss. You could use raffia. I mean, I didn't go buy anything. I just went down into my basement and got into my bags of fluff. Okay, so this is called natural excelsior moss, and it's really long and stringy. And what I'm basically gonna do is pull some out, and then I'm gonna shape it in the form of a nest, and I'm gonna glue, oh my gosh, this is such a mess. I'm gonna glue it to my, my bones. And there's no specific right or wrong for this project. Okay, so I'm making sort of like a circle, and then I'm just squishing it in, and this kind of moss will sort of stick to itself. All right, now I need a bottom. So I need some more moss. And look at me, I have it all over my shirt too. Heidi, you and your home are so pretty. Oh, you are so sweet. You know, I wish I would have known what I wanted to do when I was younger, because this is what I have wanted to do my whole life. And instead, I got a degree in French from University of Idaho, where I grew up. And then I wasn't ready to get a job, so I persuaded my parents to let me go to law school, because I had an uncle who was a lawyer and he thought it would be a great idea. And honestly, I really did love the whole lawyer thing, because I love the public speaking. But it was so incredibly stressful. And with what I'm doing right now, you guys, I never feel like I have to or I gotta do this or that. It's more that I can't wait to do this next craft, and I have so many good things lined up to come in the next few days. So anyways, this never feels like a job, like anything I have to do. All right, so this is gonna be the bottom, and I'm just sticking it on there, and you can see how this stuff literally sticks to itself. All right, so now I'm gonna take my little frame, and I'm just gonna put some glue here and there. I need another glue stick. And I'm just going to plunk this down on top of it. One thing when you do this project is you kind of need to know how big of a nest you're going to want, because that's going to determine how big you make this part. Okay, so do you guys see what I've got so far? So I have the twigs and then just this one kind of moss. And if you look at this, you can see that I have that basic moss there, and then I'm going to add some of this bright green and then some of this more faded, if I can find it. Where is it? Okay, so this is the green moss that I bought at Dollar Tree about a week and a half ago. And it's still pretty soft, which is nice. And I'm just going to take a few little pinches and shove it here and there, if I can get it out of the package. So lots of you wrote and told me that you've made nests before, that you've made them with your kids, that you used paper bags. I had this one idea that I just didn't get to today, but my idea was to take some book pages down to the shredder in my husband's office and to shred some of that and to use that as part of the nest, because you guys know how much I love books and that kind of thing. Anyways, I ended up helping my son get moved into his first apartment, and I didn't make it down to the office to get some shreds. Okay, so this is what we have right now. Can you see how I added a little bit of this brighter green moss to it? And honestly, it really doesn't take very much. Okay, and then this, I don't know what this is called, but it's been in my basement. I have bins of different fluff, because one thing I've always liked to do is change the fluff out in the neutral containers in my house for every season. So this is another kind of moss. I don't remember what it's called. It's a little more faded, and I'm just going to pull some pieces out. It looks like this, and I'm going to stick them here and there. So it looks like this bird just picked up miscellaneous pieces of, I don't know, stuff in nature. Okay. All right, this is what we have at this point. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some feathers. And I bought these feathers in Boise, Idaho when I was there visiting my mom. But I know you can get these everywhere. They're, I can't remember what they're called. Guinea? Like guinea pig? I'm not sure. They're this gray. They start out gray, fuzzy, and fluffy. And then they end at the top with like a dark color and polka dots. If anyone knows what these are called, what kind of feather this is, let me know. And so we're just going to poke a few in as if a bird was here and they left some of their feathers behind. And you don't want it to look super staged. Let's see. Did anyone know what these were called, these kind of feathers? Okay, and I'm going to actually poke a couple of them into the sides of the nest. And it'll look like as the bird was building their nest, they left feathers behind. Okay, so this is what our nest looks like so far. Whoops. I'm still struggling with the reverse. Oh, let's see. Guinea hens or guinea chickens. Yeah, that's what I thought this was called, but I wasn't 100% positive. I'm not super up to date on my feathers. Okay, and you can see I have a few poked into the sides. All right, now the next thing I want to do is I want to just take some smaller twigs and kind of poke them into the side of the nest. Like on this one, you can see how there's a few little twigs poked here and there. And unfortunately, when I did this project earlier, I used most of those good little pieces, but let me see what I can find here. Okay, here's some. And they could still have leaves on them or, you know, whatever, it doesn't matter. All we're trying to do is just make it look more natural and less like it was thought out or planned. Let's see, where did I put that piece? Okay. And the great thing about this moss is that everything sort of sticks together. And this is what we have. Super easy. We started with this idea, then we added more to it. If you can get a variety of different kinds of branches, that's going to be best. Now, what can you put it in? Oh my gosh, there's so many different things that you could put it in. Like you could put it on a plate with a bell jar, a glass bell jar on the top. You could put it like I have in this situation on a candlestick. This is one I made a long time ago that's sitting in my china closet, and it's just on this little cup that has my husband's father's name, or maybe that's him. They have the same name. Anyways, on there. If you have any of that milk glass stuff, you can put it on that. You can prop it up on a shelf. You could put it on top of a stack of books. You can just put this stuff anywhere, and I just love the symbolism of new life and spring. You know, things are coming back to life, and the birds are evidence of that. They're collecting things from nature to make their home cozy, and that's what we're doing too, right? We're making crafts and things for our own houses to make them cozy and inviting and just a good place to be. So I hope that you like this project. I will take pictures tomorrow morning. Love your idea of shredded book pages. Yeah, I'm going to work on some more nests because I have a bunch of other ideas. I just got sidetracked today with helping my son and doing a few other things. But I will post pictures of these nests tomorrow. Let me know if you have any questions. If you make this project, please put some pictures of your nests in this comment, in this string of conversation. If you like this project, feel free to sprinkle to your social media. Earlier today, I showed you, where did I put them? Oh my gosh. Oh, these. I showed you these that I had made, and I still absolutely love this project. So, whoops, where are you? If you didn't see me do the Facebook Live on this earlier today, just scroll back a little bit in my videos and you'll be able to find it. Those are one of my all-time favorite projects that I've done. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful President's Day evening. And I will see you with lots more ideas that are quick, easy, super affordable, sometimes a little unusual, and that require no artistic abilities at all. Thanks. See you soon.